The playoffs are here, which means win or go home. Week 11 of Football Friday, and it starts right now. Welcome to a postseason edition of Football Friday. It's presented, as always, by Donato's Pizza. Remember, you can get involved tonight. Call in those scores, 262-1400. Americ Elkin alongside James Ryder. Kick off this week's show with our next level game of the week. Divisions 2, 3, 4, and 6 all in action tonight. 1, 5, and 7 tomorrow night. It's not often in football you play the same team in back-to-back weeks, but that's exactly how it played out for Kenton Ridge and Tippecanoe.
Now the Red Devils, they jumped out to a 10-0 lead at the half last week, but Kenton Ridge outscored Tipp 19-0 in the third quarter to pull out a 3-point win. And now, just because of how the seeding worked, it's a rematch.
Last week was at Tipp. Tonight, they were in Cougar country. Winner advances, loser season is finito. Kenton Ridge out to a fast start with the trick play. Jaden Davis up top to Brandon Davis. Nice catch just outside the red zone, but a few plays later, the drive comes to a screeching halt. Mitchell Schneider's pass tipped and picked off by Zach Saylor. Tipp takes over, and then how about the execution on this play? Jacob Prawl takes the handoff, holds it just the last second, and he pitches and runs the option with the quarterback, Zach Blair. House call, 50-yard run. Tipp takes a 7-0 lead. I love that play. That is such a cool play. Basically a give and go between the running back and the quarterback. Second quarter now, Austin Clack punches it in from a yard out. Red Devils extend their lead to 14-0. Tipp starts to pour it on from there, getting it done on special teams. Kenton Ridge punting it away. Jacob Prawl back there to receive it. He finds some daylight down the sideline, and he goes untouched. Tipp up 21-0. Now, if you remember, the Cougars came from behind last week. They trailed 10-0 at the half, but it didn't happen tonight. Blair finds Prawl on this play. It's a 5-yard touchdown pass that put Tipp up 28-0, and the Red Devils go on to win big, 42-8.
Tonight, I think the big difference was creating or, fixing our mistakes that we had. And, we came out, set the tempo for the game, and that really helped us out. We put in some new plays this week that really saw that worked, and I think that's what really made the difference.
There was a shakeup at the top this year for Trotwood. Maurice Douglas moved on to Springfield. Jeff Graham moved up to take over the reins. All the Rams did under the first-year head coach was keep on winning.
Now, they were 9-1 in the regular season. The team's only loss coming to Centerville. And in the last 4 years, Trotwood has played in 4 state championship games, but the Rams have only won 1 of those. However, Rams are hosting a first-round playoff game for the first time since 2011. Yes, the same year they won it all, taking on Western Brown tonight. First possession of the game, Trotwood easily moving the ball down the field. Messiah to Weaver, 9-yard pass to Delaquan Young, 7-0 Rams. Now it's Western Brown's turn on offense, and top 22 selection in Kentucky commit Key Beckham makes the interception, and look at these nifty moves. Ball's in his hands, and he's like a running back or receiver out there, finding space, takes it to the house. 14-0 Rams, only 2.5 minutes into the game. Now in the next Trotwood possession, Breland Cosby, he gets in on the fun. 30 yards to pay dirt, 21-zip Rams with 7:30 left in the first. Now it felt like half the Trotwood team scored in this one. The Rams roll 55-13. Now Alter's making it its 20th playoff appearance, 14th year in a row. Knights looking to get back to the state finals for the first time since 2010. Hosting Miami Trace, that's the first step. Well, Alter with the ball first in top 22 selection. Nick Coleman and the Notre Dame commit takes the handoff, goes 40 yards untouched to the end zone. Now Skylar McDonald on offense for Miami Trace throws a pick. Philip Drayton gets it. He has eyes for the end zone, but he'll be dragged down, not nearly as shifty as Coleman. That sets up Dusty Hayes, quarterback keeper, for the easy touchdown there. Then Hayes doing it with his arm. Dylan Dax gets it, ton of running room, but he's not gonna quite get in. Dragged down at the 4. Very next play, Thomas Allen, touchdown. Alter rolls 49-7.
It looks like Alter is on another collision course with Clinton Massey, but Monroe back in the playoffs for the first time since 2009. Opening drive of the game, Chase Wolf scores from a couple of yards out. Massey out in front, 7-0. Next drive, this isn't a replay. It's Wolf up the gut, punches it in again. 14-0, and it looked like the floodgates were about to open, but Monroe puts a scare into the home crowd. Shane Carpenter finds Jacob Byers, and Byers takes care of the rest, weaving his way through the Falcon defense, and just like that, it's back to a 7-point game, and the Hornets are believers. Hornets defense got to stop Monroe with the ball again, but this is where the game changed. Carpenter bottled up and coughs it up. Massey recovers, and the Falcons would score a couple of plays later and go on to roll 49-7. So we look at the Division IV Region 14 bracket. No upsets here. Alter, Wyoming, and Clinton Massey all advancing. McNick and Norwood will play tomorrow because they don't have lights at McNicholas. Well, coming up next on Football Friday, Tri-County North achieved something for the first time since 1994. The Panthers aren't satisfied with just that. We'll explain next. Tri-County North finished off a perfect regular season with a win over National Trail last week, giving the Panthers their first outright cross-county conference championship since 1994. The reward, the top seed in Division VI Region 22. But the Panthers have bigger goals in mind, chasing a state championship dream and hosting Summit Country Day in the first round. First quarter, Tri-County North's Tanner Booth tips the pass, comes down with it for the interception, and he's dragged down in their territory. That sets up this toss to Cody Cordes, who takes it in for the touchdown. Cordes has been a touchdown machine this year. Next drive, Panther defense comes up big again as Colton Scott wraps up Xavier Johnson, and they get the sack and the safety. Later, Cordes finding some running room along the side there and scores his second touchdown of the game. And then shortly before the half, Tri-County North strikes again. Colton Booth.
Kid's got style.
Yes, he does. Finds Garrett Woodyard mid-stride down the middle of the field and in for the touchdown. And Tri-County North, no upset here. Big win, 38-10. If you miss any of the highlights from tonight or want to see them again, you can head to our website, fox45now.com. Click on the Football Friday tab under sports. We'll have all the playoff highlights from tonight's show posted here.
Coming into today, teams from the MAC are 61-1 all-time in the regional quarterfinals of the football playoffs. The lone loss was Versailles in 2005, and tonight the Tigers have arguably the toughest test of MAC schools, taking on a 9-1 and second-seeded Miami East team. Vikings seeking the program's second-ever playoff win, but even as the number 2 seed, it's not going to come easy. Opening drive of the game, Tigers sucking all the air out of the stadium. Colin Peters caps off a methodical drive for a 6-0 lead. Versailles back on offense. First play of the second quarter, Kyle Derringer plunges in from a yard out. It's 12-0 Versailles. Now Miami East answers after that. 4th and 10 at the 22. Connor Hellier fumbled the snap, picks it up, flush from the pocket. No one open, scampers 22 yards to the end zone. Vikings have life, down 12-7. Next possession, Hellier to the air. This time, 34-yard connection to Colt McKinney, and Miami East leads 14-12. But before the end of the half, Versailles responds. Jared Niekamp tosses it up to Peters, and he takes it the rest of the way. 30-yard touchdown and a 20-14 Tiger lead at the break. Versailles pulls away in the second. They win 34-27. And remember, if you want to join the conversation or share your Football Friday experience, tweet us at ABC22, Fox45, and use the hashtag FF2245, and your tweets will automatically load to our Football Friday page. You can also get final scores from around the area.
Well, our scoreboard is brought to you by Castle Roofing. Time to get you caught up with some of the scores from around the area here in the first round of the playoffs. And we start with West Liberty Salem winning 29-7 over Cincinnati Country Day. Wyoming also advancing. We showed you the bracket earlier. We'll show you some more of the scores in case you joined us a little bit late. Tip gets the big win over Kenton Ridge in our game of the week, 42-8. And Trotwood, that is an incorrect score actually. They handled Western Brown 55-13.
And little reverse this, Alter actually rolls over Miami Trace 49-7, and Clinton Massey, they handle Monroe without any problems.
Tri-County North, we just showed you as well, a winner 38-10, and Versailles edging Miami East. Well, coming up, more Football Friday. Bellbrook's in the playoffs for the first time since 2004. The Eagles reward a trip all the way up to Bell Fountain. More highlights coming up next. Welcome back to Football Friday here on Fox 45. I'm Eric Elkin. He is James Ryder. Bellbrook didn't finish off the regular season the way it wanted to, losing at home to Oakwood. But the Golden Eagles still won a league title and made the playoffs for the first time since 2004.
And Bellbrook's the 7th seed in Division III Region 10, but they had to travel all the way up to Bell Fountain, and a team that won a share of the CBC League title.
I'm going to declare this the Battle of the Bells. Bellbrook looking to steal one from the Chieftains. Golden Eagles get on the board first. Going for it on 4th down, Alex Fryman finding his fellow senior Sam Martin for the touchdown. Bellbrook up 8-0. So how would Bell Fountain respond? Ensuing kickoff, Dorian Hughes making a house call. Nobody going to catch him. Extra point is missed, so the score is 8-6. Second quarter now. Fryman finding his favorite target, Sam Martin again, and it's for a big gain. Up in the air, and Martin coming down with a catch. That's a tough catch. Nice play. Then, really bizarre play. Fryman with the quarterback keeper. He's stripped. The ball kicked around. Jacob Schmidt finally there to pick it up for Bellbrook, and they get into the end zone and they stun Bell Fountain 18-13.
They're going to take home that imaginary trophy of a bell. Well, Minster is back in the playoffs after missing last season. They welcome a very dangerous Mechanicsburg team to town, and it was Mechanicsburg getting going at the end of the first quarter. Caleb Romero, quarterback keeper, takes it to the left side, and 34 yards of daylight first down Indians. That takes us to the second quarter, where Romero hands it off to Ayrton Irwin, crosses the plane, and it's 7-zip Mechanicsburg. Now after a Minster punt, Indians going to work again. Romero, keeper, 16 yards before he's finally dragged down. Then on 3rd down, Romero going to the air, finds Tim Rader for the first down, and they continue to plug away. With just over a minute left and a half, Ayrton Irwin takes the pitch, rumbles in, 14-0 lead. This one goes to double overtime. Mechanicsburg went for 2, didn't get it. Minster wins 42-41. Now here's a look at how the Division 6 Region 22 bracket looks. Tri-County North will face West Liberty Salem, and it's an all-MAC affair as Minster and Versailles will meet again. Minster won 34-19 in the Week 5 game between these two teams.
Doug is delivering tonight's food from Donato's Pizza, now only from Donato's. They're double bacon pizzas. Jeff Booth loves these. Tonight, Doug brought us 2 of their amazing new double bacon pizzas, the pepperoni double bacon and the mushroom Swiss double bacon pizza. Each pizza includes a healthy portion of hardwood smoked bacon plus lean diced Canadian bacon. Our crew will attest, especially Jeff Booth, that the new double bacon pizzas from Donato's are fantastic. The double bacon pizzas, here it is, Booth, are now available in 4 sizes just for $1 more than the price of a regular single topping pizza, making a double bacon pizza from Donato's a great deal. And if you have a sweet tooth like all of us here at the station, you'll love the Donato's Dessert Timpanos. With a choice of an apple crisp or cinnamon crisp, you can add a dessert timpano to any pizza purchased at regular price for only $3.99. The timpanos are a great way to top off your meal, only from Donato's Pizza, where the difference is delicious. You can also win a $50 gift card to Donato's Pizza right now. Just text 2245-FOOTBALL to 45203. Winner will be contacted Monday. For every text you send, you win a $5 coupon as well, so text now and win instantly. Still to come on Football Friday, not very often you see a team riding a 5-game losing streak in the playoffs, but it's a brand new season for Tecumseh. More highlights next. Time now for our Meyer Play of the Week here on Football Friday. Comes from our Game of the Week. Jacob Prawl taking the handoff, holds on to it to the last second, and then he runs the option with the quarterback, pitches it back to Zach Blair. He's in for the house call 50-yard touchdown run. Tip would take a 7-0 lead there and go on to win big in that game. Welcome back to Football Friday, presented by Donato's Pizza here on Fox 45. We had Tecumseh in our Game of the Week against Kenton Ridge back in Week 6. The Arrows were 5-0 at the time.
They also led the Cougars by 16 late in that third quarter, but eventually went on to lose that game and every game since. But Tecumseh still found a way into the playoffs despite the 5-game losing streak.
So Tecumseh had to deal with an undefeated Mount Healthy team as a result, and it didn't go well for the Arrows. Javier Pitts lowers the pads and is in from a yard out. It's 26-0 Mount Healthy at this point, and this was a physical game, and Tecumseh took the brunt of it. Cameron Moore, look out, destroyed by Dominique Smith. But Moore's a tough kid. He's not scared. He takes it down to the Mount Healthy too, but Tecumseh couldn't find the end zone in this game. The Arrows get shut out 39-0. So if we take a look at the Division II bracket, Region 6 bracket, that does it for our area teams in D2. Mount Healthy remains undefeated and advances to play Kings next week while Tecumseh's season comes to an end.
Well, Wapakoneta is in the playoffs for back-to-back seasons for the first time in program history. Talawanda, they're in the playoffs for the first time since 2001, and the undefeated Redskins open up their postseason play against Talawanda, and it's Cameron Locke. Nice pickup here for Wapak, and then John Eaton able to punch it in. Wapak beats Talawanda 49-14. And now as we look at Division III Region 10, the bracket, Wapak and Tip, they'll meet next Friday, and Bellbrook will try to pull off a much bigger upset, taking on a very talented Trotwood team. Now tomorrow, Divisions 1, 5, and 7 are in action, and in D1, Centerville went 10-0 in the regular season. Now that got them the #1 seed in Region 2 and a home playoff game, but beyond that, doesn't mean much. Now that we're entering Week 11, it's a one-game season.
Starting from scratch, and you feel like you got to go out and prove yourself all over again. It's a new season for us, same mission. We just want to be as good as we can be every day, and we know we got a tough contest ahead of us on Saturday.
And Centerville will host Lakota West on Saturday at 7 p.m. And Eric, that Firebirds team gave Wayne all that they could handle in Week 3.
Yeah, just a 5-point win in that one, but Wayne had to do something for the first time this season. Prepare for a game coming off a loss. The Warriors lost a thriller against Centerville to close out the regular season, but it turns out that loss may not be such a bad thing after all. Wayne saying that loss could be a blessing in disguise. Well, our scoreboard is brought to you by Castle Roofing. We're going to look ahead now to some of those games tomorrow. Big slate of games we'll be getting for you. We start with Lakota West at Centerville. We talked about that one. Lakota East will be at Springboro, those two Division I games. Some more games that we'll be getting for you tomorrow as well. We talked about Wayne. They'll be hosting Elder, also in Division I. Miamisburg on the road taking on the defending state champ, two-time defending state champ, Moeller.
Coldwater might be the most dangerous 4th seed in the state. They host Chippewa, and Waynesville goes on the road to face CHCA.
Also tomorrow, Greenview in the playoffs for the first time ever, and they get to host the game as well against Marymount. And Marion Local looking to do what it does every single year, keep winning state championship games.
Yeah, in Division 7, that's going to be a tough road to hoe for other teams. But Fort Recovery and Fort Loramie in the Battle of the Forts. And how about Lehman Catholic hosting Covington tomorrow night as well?
And finally, also Troy Christian down in Cincinnati taking on MVCA. We will have a special edition of Football Friday tomorrow after the Ohio State-Michigan State game right over on ABC 22. You've been watching Football Friday, brought to you by Donato's Pizza. If you missed anything or want more scores and highlights, we'll be over on ABC 22 at 11:15. For James Rotter, I'm Eric Elkin. We'll see you then.